Indeed. Cool, we're just here to talk about the shift lock system. So we brought this out first on our Nova Pro wing, and it's been super successful. Everyone's enjoyed being able to, have all the different options, because let's face it, everyone has always been talking about, I like longer handles or shorter handles, or I like booms, or one of the unique things about this is that you can actually adjust the position that the handles are as well. So there's a lot of systems on the market where you can trade out boom for handles, but this one you can move the handles or boom forwards or backwards, due to your preference. So yeah, these handles are actually shaped like an oval, so you have a finger bar on the bottom here, so you can just get a more kind of tactile and get a lot more twist control. And the seam runs along the top here, so we don't commonly grip is glued on and then you have an overlap seam which is sanded down, but when you've got hands on there all the time coming in from both sides when we're winging, it can come undone eventually. So yeah, this has been working really well. On the ends here, this was a lot of feedback when we first started doing rigid handles was, is it going to ding my board? So here we made this rib design, so it's already super soft over molded TPU, but by ribbing it, it's actually got even more give if it was to ever touch. And then we also have this thumb dimple there, which makes it really comfortable if you're on the end there or you're riding pistol grip. It's just really comfortable to lock in there. Yeah. And so we offer a 250 handle, which are our super short handles, and then we have someone switch that around. We've got 500 and a 400, and then we have an 1100 long boom. And we offer some other pretty cool attachments that you can do on there. We have this paddle mount, and so those of you doing downwinders or upwinders, you can take your paddle and you can use these mounts to fasten to the shift lock system, take your paddle, power upwind as far as you want to go, and then pack down your wing, take the paddle off and use it for a downwinder, go back to where you started. So it's a cool option. We don't actually have them here, but we offer an action camera mount as well, which you can just put onto the rear or the front of your wing and capture all that footage without having to worry about, tying something on or velcroing it. Yeah. So the way to fasten them is super simple. We use the same tool, which is a Torx T40, that we use for all of our foil parts. So yeah, to do anything foil related for North, all you need is the Torx T40 tool, which we actually have over here. So this tool actually comes with our Pro wings as standard. So it's a really high quality tool steel that we use, and yeah, that's all you're going to need for your whole foil setup, which is really cool. But maybe we go to an actual wing and we can show how you can move it around and just how simple it is to use.
Okay. All right, we're down here with you down at the water.
All right. So this is our 25 Mode Pro, and for 25 we've pushed shift lock across all of our models, all of our Pro models. So yeah, it's super cool. If you've got a few wings, then you can just buy, if you're a boom guy, you can buy just one boom and that'll work across all of your sizes of wings. But let's just have a little look about how you adjust it and how you actually, one of the best ways we've found is, if it's not too windy, is you can just hold the wing up vertically like this, and then you can reach the back of the boom nice and easily. So this one's already on here. Just a few things to note: we do have increments on the shift lock track itself, and so you can remember where your ideal setting is. Usually most people tend to like it as far forward as possible, so when you're down on your knees and you're transitioning from the front handle, it's easy to grab the front and work your way back. Yeah, so those are super handy. One thing to note, a lot of people say, yeah, but you've added more, it must have got heavier. But actually it hasn't got any heavier than our regular grip lock system. It's actually got slightly lighter, because that had inserts that needed to be stitched into the leading edge and all the reinforcing around them. but what it has done is it's stiffened up the strut, so that was a bit of a bonus with it. But yeah, so pull your wing up, and then just with the Torx T40 tool, if you're wanting to adjust where it's sitting, maybe you thought, you know, you were jumping and you wanted to move it back a bit, all you've got to do is one single rotation with the screw, and that's enough to loosen it off so you can slide it. So I'm just going to go one single rotation, and now it's free to slide up and down. I'll just go a little bit more. Cool, so now you can slide it to position, and then you could look at, you know, maybe I'm going to move it to 5, or you're wanting to put an action camera mount on the front, so you're wanting to move it back a bit. So it's as easy as that to adjust, and then all you got to do is you tighten it up again, and that's locked on there. We have load tested this in the lab, and it was ridiculous what it went up to, like the whole strut. This whole part was deformed like out here, and it still didn't let go, so you can ride it with confidence that it's not going to come off. So I'm just going to show how to remove it and put it on as well. Maybe we do that in reverse. Could have chosen a smaller wing, would be a bit easier.
Real life experience.
Yeah, indeed. So it releases off the track. You don't have to actually undo the screw all the way apart so the clamps come off. It's about 4 revolutions, and then you can just pop it off like that. And that's going to be the exact same thing as you're going to do when you put it on the first time. So we definitely recommend assembling it all together. It's a bit easier than, you know, holding the clamps together and trying to do it all up. So if you're wanting to pack down, or, you know, you're going traveling.
Oh, you might just fall up.
All right, let's start again.
I just thought right there. Push that up. Yeah, just keep it low. Just do it right off.
Okay, so yeah, this is what you should do if you're wanting to remove the handle, if you're wanting to go traveling or something. I would actually, if I was going to put it in a bag, I'd probably fasten it back up again, just so it wouldn't vibrate apart and you're going to lose anything. I'd do that right up. But yeah, when you get it for the first time, I actually just look at the back here, and I do up the screw until it's flush with the little overmolded nut in there, and then you're going to have enough play to be able to just snap it back on there. So we found that it's definitely better to have the strut fully inflated, because if you put it on first when it's partially inflated or not inflated, every material, I mean, some of these stiffer materials like in Weave 45 don't expand so much, but everything when it's inflated will give a little, and you don't want the handle or the boom restricting it from, you know, where we want those final materials to end up. So fully inflate it, and then you just pop it down. I give it a bit of a slide backwards and forwards to make sure everything's on. Check your setting. You might be like, oh, I actually preferred it, you know, on the front there, and then it's pretty quick and easy to just do them up tight again.
Yeah, so most riders keep those on their wings permanently once they're on.
Yep.
And 100% of our test team, after they tried riding with a long handle or a boom, stuck with a long handle or a boom, and they're taking the sacrifice that it's going to take up more space in their car or their truck.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the extra space it takes up? Do you have individual longer bags?
Yeah. So for the Mode Pro, they have extendable bags, and it's a little bit like a dry bag where you roll it down to where you want it at the end. So yeah, we definitely noticed that's a huge sort of shift in the market. More and more people liking the booms, and we will be bringing different boom sizes and things.
Bag doesn't do that.
Yeah.
For the Mode Pro.
Indeed, yeah, and the Loft Pro as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's a sick change. That's good.
Yep. Yeah. Indeed. So yeah, no, we're stoked on it. I mean, it gives us a platform to be able to just keep building on. There's so many ideas. I mean, a lot of people online have been like, when do you bring in the beer holder? So I have actually made a beer holder for those people. It's 3D printed at this stage. I'm not sure whether it'll make it as a final product, but yeah, the options are unlimited, and we've got lots of new handle options and things coming in the future. All right, sweet. So we're just going to trade out handles. It's as easy as this. We had the boom on, and I'm just going to talk through a few of the benefits between having a boom and a handle. I mean, the obvious one with the boom is that it doesn't pack down as small, but another one of the benefits of using regular rigid handles is that, I don't know, I find with learners, if they have a shorter handle than you just aim for the middle and you know that that's going to be the sweet spot. We do indicate where we would suggest, if you're not sure where to put your handle for a start, then this is the center of your front handle. So this is one of my favorite setups. I like the 400 on the front. Give that a bit of a slide backwards and forwards. This is that case where where that screw thread's just holding it a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to slide. When you slide it backwards and forwards, that just, make sure everything's engaged properly. And I'm just going to go to the center of here, and that's just a good spot to start. This is the same point that the carbon handles of the previous ear modes would have been at, so it's a good starting point. But now you've got the option to move them forward or back, depending where you want it. And then I quite like running a 400 on the front. This is kind of your minimal setup, and a 250 on the rear. And the benefit of this is that we were talking about the TPU on the front before. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to position the 250 in the middle there as well. We came out with a longer harness loop this year, because if you're using shorter handles and you're fastening your harness loop to here and here, then obviously you need a bit of a bigger distance to get the same distance from the wing. So we have a 30-inch now, which works quite well between these. So all I'm going to do, I've got them in the position, spin this up, just takes about 4 revolutions. Do that up tight. So if you're jumping, often people like to move the back handle back further, because you can really power it up. And then some people with a shorter reach, they like moving the front handle all the way forward, so when they're transitioning from their knees on the board to their handle, it's an easy reach. So we have guides on, if you're not sure what handles to get for what size wing, there's full guides on the website with suggestions of what lengths you should get. Just another little thing to note, we actually have some holes through the handles here as well, so if you did want to put a lanyard through here to your action camera in case you were worried that it was going to come off, or you can tie off various things. John was just mentioning before, it'd be super cool if we could do a long boom for your action camera out the back of the wing, and you can actually do that. You can do that with the paddle mounts, so you could put one here, one there, and run your carbon rod off the back there if you wanted to. But yeah, so the benefits of these having 2 individual is obviously you can fold the wing down and it'll pack smaller in a bag. But the thing that I really like about this setup is that I set it up in the sweet spot of whatever size wing it is, so I can be riding kind of pistol grip on both ends. So you've got that nice thumb dimple, and now I've got a lot more torsional control because I'm not just holding on to the handle, I'm actually locking off on the end and pistol grip. So I find that super comfortable. And then if I want to jump, all I do is slide my hand to the back, power up, then when I come into land, I'm back into there powering along.
Sweet. Well, thanks, Stuart.
Cool.